All right, well, it's 6 a.m. I thought this would be the best time to record a Q&A video, of course. So yeah, are consistent uploads coming back soon? Okay, so let me just go over what my plans are for the channel right now. Consistent uploads are coming back in the sense that maybe a video will drop once every month or so. Like, I'm not gonna be able to return to our previous output. We'll just be uploading whatever. Like, if we happen to get together and play Overwatch, if something funny happens, we'll make an Overwatch video, or Fall Guys, or Valorant, or literally any game that we happen to be playing. If I can make content out of it, I'll upload a video. It's like whatever games we feel like playing, we'll play. I'm not sure if we'll bring back the comp series, unfortunately, because again, like, it's gonna be tough for us to find time to get everyone together for a 6-stack, and even then, like, I might just turn it into like a funny moments video or something like that. And I'm gonna take more of like a laid back approach to the channel. Like, I'm not gonna stress too much about how well videos do or anything like that. There's a bug. Because it's just stressful. Like, it really gets to you. And also, like, this channel was never gonna be like a career or job for me after college. Like, we barely make enough anyways, and also, like, our main content requires all of us to be together playing video games, and we're all gonna be graduating college in like a year or two. I can't keep bringing them back after college when they've had jobs and lives of their own. I can't keep bringing them back every weekend to play Overwatch together. Like, it's not feasible. So I mean, this channel was never gonna be something like I would turn into a career. So I might as well just take it stress-free and just upload whatever I want to. And I'll still stream. I'm streaming like once a week or so on my Twitch channel, and I'll upload maybe once a month or so, but I don't want to hold myself to a schedule. I just want to upload what I want to upload. How are you guys? And how is your wrist healing, Carrie? I'm doing all right. Well, that's not true. But okay, so let me just talk about the wrist really quick. To put simply, I have tendonitis. That's what I have. Basically, gaming, it puts a lot of stress on like fine motor functions, like the small tendons and muscles in my wrists and hands. And basically, I push them so hard, I don't give them time to rest. So that's basically what's going on. The good news is that it's treatable. It's 100% treatable. It's not like arthritis where it's permanent for the rest of my life or something like that. And I am seeing a bit of improvement. A little bit right now. I can play games for maybe like an hour or two per day, so I've been able to stream and game a little bit and edit a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie that it's been very tough, like not being able to play video games seriously for like 2 years straight. And even like the pain, like the almost constant like discomfort and pain, not even when you're playing video games, just like it's always in your hands and wrist. It can be a lot sometimes. Like, I even went to therapy, like not just like physical therapy for my hands, but like actual therapy, like talking to someone. And that's helped, but it is what it is. And I'm glad that at least I'm able to play games in some aspect. What do you look forward to the most in Overwatch 2? Probably the PvE aspect. Like, the PvP aspect is cool, but it's like, I know it's 5v5 and there's new maps and there's a new game mode and there's new heroes, but it's pretty similar to Overwatch 1. I don't know, like, it's not going to be a crazy difference where I have to like relearn the game, It'll still be cool, but I think the PvE aspect is way more interesting to me because like it's a completely different aspect of Overwatch that we've never seen before. So getting a story mode and cutscenes and being able to play with friends in like a PvE story-focused game mode, like upgrading all your stuff, right? Upgrading your abilities and like, so you're like, May's bowling ball, ice ball thing, or Ryan's 360 shatter, or like all that stuff seems really cool and seems way more fun than just normal PvP, because people will probably get really upset at that. I know at one point you had an editing/production job for Overwatch League. Have you had any other opportunities like that since? No. So basically, if you didn't know, in mid-2020, I was offered an editing role for the Overwatch League as a job. And then in early 2021, I was offered an associate producer role for the Overwatch League. And I both had to say no to those opportunities because of my wrist, a tendonitis. It's a big deal if I can't use a computer working in esports. And I guess this ties into more of like Overwatch League as a whole, because I still love Overwatch the game. But the main reason why I've lost a bit of enthusiasm for the Overwatch is because of the Overwatch League's loss in popularity. Like, as someone who wants to go into esports, like esports production and like editing, stuff like that, Overwatch League is not really the horse I want to be backing right now. Like, I don't really, if I were to get another job offer to work for the Overwatch League after college, Probably not. Whereas like Valorant, something that I've been really getting into, I love the game and I love the esports scene and how Riot has managed that. I know a handful of people in that scene already, and Riot's been doing internships. So yeah, like that's the main reason why I'm not as passionate about Overwatch, the game, anymore, is mainly because of the esport dying. Let's get down to business. Where are the podcast episodes? So, good news, if you're already watching this, our podcast, Perhaps We Chat, it's back up on Spotify. I had to take it down because I had to figure out a new way to do it because it was getting really expensive to host it on Spotify, but I found a free way to do it. All the episodes are up on Spotify. And what's really cool is that they're all video podcasts now. So you can watch the video version of the podcast within the Spotify app, which is super handy. But yeah, the podcast is coming back. Don't worry. We're actually going to drop an episode Monday, I think. But those will be coming back on some sort of schedule. Learn anything interesting while your wrist recovers. I've been getting into photography, which has been pretty cool. Like, it helps a lot when you have some video experience beforehand, but like, it's been cool getting into that and learning all about that sort of stuff. Also, like, I've been working out every day for the past like few months, which is pretty cool. Well, that's not cool at all. It really sucks. I just know it's good for your body, so that's why I do it. Like, I don't know, like that's one thing that I've learned the past few years is taking care of your body is pretty important, especially because with this whole wrist thing. Even now in college, like I've been going to bed really early, waking up super early, like 6 a.m., trying to eat really healthy. Like I never thought this would be me, but you know, it's not too bad. Who's your favorite F1 driver? I don't really have a favorite driver. I'm a pretty neutral fan. I'm just here for the entertainment. I know like Massimo is a Mercedes fan, Nick is a McLaren fan, and Marco's, he's kind of a neutral fan, maybe leaning a bit towards Mercedes and Ferrari. But yeah, Formula One is something that we've all been getting into recently, the past year or so, and it's been pretty sick. We actually went to an F1 race. I'm sure you guys have seen the vlog. We went to the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal. I don't know if we'll go back. I think that's the only race that we can go back to because Miami's too expensive and it takes place during the school year. Same thing with Las Vegas. It takes place during the school year and it's going to be so expensive. But yeah, if we can go back to Montreal, totally. We'll have to see. That's still kind of up in the air right now. And also, like, we just watch the races together. Like, we'll hop into a Discord call every Sunday, or even we'll watch some of the qualifying sessions together. And I've been recording our reactions to the races, or as many of the races as we can watch together. I'm trying to figure out a way to upload that stuff to YouTube, but the issue is that Formula One is very strict with re-uploading their broadcasts. Even if it's transformative, like even if we're adding commentary or reactions to it, they still block the video worldwide. So I'll have to figure out a way to like either blur out the footage or something like that, or try to get it uploaded to you guys, because I can make a compilation of like our reactions, which would be pretty cool. Are there any new games that you enjoy playing or want to play other than what we've seen? It kind of sucks right now because there's a handful of games that like Overcooked or Sea of Thieves. You haven't really seen too much content of those games, but I love playing those games. If I can get Mark and Moss and everyone else to hop on for a night to play those games, I totally would. Or even like PlanetSide 2. I haven't played that game in a while, but it's like this huge like army game where like you're just one person. It's a huge online server with hundreds of people. I love that feeling that you get when you feel so small. Same thing with like Hold Fast Nations at War. I've seen some Soviet Womble videos of those, and that game looks hilarious. But it just sucks right now because of the fact that I can't play games for too long. I have to be very economical about what games I played, right? Like imagine if you could only play video games for like 1 hour a week, you maybe play like 1 or 2 games, right? You wouldn't like, oh, this hour of my week, I'll try a brand new game, right? Because your time is so valuable now. So I haven't been able to branch out too much. Not that's a problem. I don't mind playing just Overwatch and Valorant and maybe some Fall Guys. I don't know. So I don't mind that. What music do you listen to? For a while, it was like the main stuff that I listened to was like Coldplay, The Killers, and like some like EDM, like dance music or like electronic music, and then some like film scores or TV show scores. I love that kind of stuff. Like I could talk about that stuff for hours, all the different like composers and stuff like that, and that's a huge genre that I love. But recently, like the past year, I've been trying to branch out my music tastes because there's so much out there, you know, and it's hard to like sift through all the music and try to find something that you'll like. 'Cause I'm sure that there's a song out there or an artist out there that I love. I just haven't found them yet. And I've been asking my friends like to send songs that they like, and I filter through that and try to see if any songs that I like from them. Just trying to branch out my music tastes. A recent guilty pleasure has been Taylor Swift. I'm excited for her album, her new one coming out. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to branch out my music tastes and listen to just more stuff. Like listen to more indie artists, listen to even more popular artists that I've just kind of heard of, but I haven't really listened to their music a ton. So which montage would you say that you're the most proud of? I'm not proud of any of them. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know. I reminisce. I of course, like I look back on them very fondly, but like, I don't know, dude. They're not too great now with hindsight. I mean, the one moment that I would say I'm actually proud of is in the road game montage where I show all of EQO's Genji kills on Rialto against the Paris Eternal. That's probably the only moment that I'm actually proud of. Like, that was pretty cool. But everything else is kind of meh. I'm going to be completely honest. I probably won't do another Overwatch League frag movie because, again, like, why would I put in that they take so much work, right? And a lot of it was driven by passion, but now it's kind of like, well, the esport isn't doing as well. So, like, it's not worth the effort, at least from my perspective, to do that kind of thing. And especially now because of my wrist. Like, my wrist time every day, my computer time is so limited, I would kind of rather spend it on editing something else or playing games or streaming or something like that. What's your favorite book and why? Dune. Oh my God, it's so good. Dune is so good. Well, I don't take my opinion seriously because I don't read a lot of books. So, you know, I'm sure there's better books out there besides Dune. But I read the book before I saw the 2021 movie, and I love the book. Oh my God, it's so rich. Like sci-fi is something that I'm really into, and it's like reading the original sci-fi novel. It was so good in terms of like how it balances talking about politics and religion and the danger of charismatic leaders. It takes a different approach to like something like Lord of the Rings, which is another book series that I've read recently. And The Hobbit as well. I read The Hobbit too, just like I wanted to read them for the longest time. And now I can say that I read the books for Lord of the Rings. Now I can say that whenever someone else pulls up the movies. But yeah, Dune is so good. I can't wait for part 2. It's just so good. I love sci-fi, and I love how he balances all these themes, especially like with ecology and incorporating that into the story and just like, yeah. Oh, I also read Fire and Blood, the Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones history book about the Targaryen kings. The main reason why I read that was because a couple of chapters from that book are the basis for House of the Dragon, which a show I've been watching, and I freaking love that show. It's so good, and the book is great as well. The book's all right, actually. I should say the book's not too. It's all right. It's very limited. It's not like because it's a bad. It's not because like it's poorly written. It's just like the book reads like a history book, so it's not. It doesn't have a lot of dialogue scenes, and so the show really fleshes out these characters. It's so good, so good. The show, at least. When and how did you guys meet? So I put this question here only because this question has been asked, I think, probably the most asked question I've gotten ever. Like since we started the channel, people have always been asking, when and how did you guys meet? Because I guess I've answered this question so many times before, but you know, people can't watch everything. So it's just been kind of like memed on. We all come from the same town. We all go to the same school district. I met Nick and Charles in high school, and then I met everyone else when I was in middle school. And we've just, that's how we know each other, because we know each other in real life. We go to the same school. We see each other every day in middle school and high school. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so hopefully that answered a lot of the questions that I know you guys had. I kind of lumped a lot of questions together into one like category. Uploads, maybe once a month. I'll definitely be streaming. And don't worry, I won't be pushing myself too hard. I've seen in the comments, it's very kind of you guys to be worrying about that. I don't know, we'll see how this goes. It's been a very tough 2 years, but like the fact that you guys are still here is like unbelievable. It's so incredibly heartwarming. So thank you guys. Okay, goodbye.